Welcome to Gaming News, a show where we bring you all the latest in gaming. Today we have something really great for you guys. Of course, Kojima Productions is pulling out of GDC. Now the reasoning for that is of course as follows. They had to cancel their participation at the 2020 Game Developers Conference due to increasing concerns related to the coronavirus. Now I can definitely see why they definitely would not want to go out, especially if they're located in Japan. It would really harm them, especially since I think they're already working on another title or possibly DLC for Death Stranding. With that being said, that's another developer that may not even be going to E3 due to all these cancellations and people getting together. As we already know, people have already pulled out of E3, and maybe we'll see more as the coronavirus continues to expand. Hopefully it doesn't get out of control. With that being said, we actually do have some good news. Cyberpunk 2077. It's incredible what they're doing. CD Projekt Red is outdoing themselves once again, as you can tell. Says gamers should never be forced to purchase the same game twice or pay for upgrades. Owners of Cyberpunk 2077 for Xbox One will receive the Xbox Series X upgrade for free when available. Now that's really amazing because you're not going to have to pay. There's a lot of other games out there that haven't really done that or haven't really taken the opportunity to do something like that and have those upgrades. There's of course indie developers who allow you to play it on past consoles such as a PS3 as well as a PS4 and of course PS4 Pro. This is really amazing. I think this is gonna just set a new precedent for all these game developers. And here's one of the best things that some of you may not know is that, well, Xbox have done such a great job with this because anyone is actually able to do that. Now, which actually leads me to the next topic here, which is, of course, what can you expect from the next generation of gaming? Now, in this article, of course, this is by Phil Spencer. So he talks about a lot of what they're going for, what they're trying to do, some of the specs of the console, and what it's going to be providing. They're going to be providing. I already read this article, but they're going to be providing just a lot of great things, because as soon as you play the console, say you decide to get out of the menu or go somewhere else, it'll drop you back in. It's when you go back into the game in the same position that you were. Everything is going to be a really fast console, really powerful, but most importantly, the upgrade system. As we said with 2077, the upgrade system is going to be super incredible because this allows any developer, that's right, any developer to actually implement that and allow their game, which it comes out on Xbox One X, to be available for upgrade to the Xbox Series X. And it's going to be really easy, but it's up to them to decide if they're going to want to do that. Here are some of the specs, of course, that you're going to be able to see, and well, that it's going to have 12 teraflops. I'm pretty sure that's a lot. Variable rate shading, hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing, quick resume for multiple games. That means that you're going to be able to play multiple games, not play multiple games, but go from game to game and be able to kind of like download them and be able to play them much faster than before. Smart delivery, of course. Now, something that's, like I said, something that's really amazing about this is the fact that, well, that you're going to be able to do so much with the console. And the fact that just anyone, they're going to be able to upgrade to that. So say a developer wants to only release it for Xbox One X, right? But then they decide, you know what, we do want to actually upgrade. Then they'll be able to do that and have that upgrade so that people will be able to play it on upgraded version, like say 4K or whatever capabilities that it's going to ultimately have, whether it's 8K. And I think that's going to be really amazing. I think this is a great start, and just, I mean, Xbox has been kind of on a roll with this. Yes, of course, they've said, that there's not going to be any exclusivity games on Xbox Series One X. Xbox Series X for a year, but I think you're going to have a lot of games that are available to you. You're going to be able to play them and just have fun with it. Now, we're not going to know for sure, of course, what other titles are coming, but it seems like there's going to be a lot of third-party titles out there for you to play. And of course, with that upgraded system with Cyberpunk 2077, I think this is going to be great for everyone. And especially if you're looking towards the future, because it seems like this console is going to last quite a long time. And according to Phil Spencer, well, it is going to last a long time, because that takes us to our next one. A good segue there. Because according to him, he sees this console launching, will staying around for a decade or more, in fact. They're saying this console is going to be so powerful that it will be able to kind of ascend to another status, in fact. Because normally they'd have like this kind of 7-year cycle, but as we've seen, sometimes they outlast that, and I think that's going to be something great for a lot of people, because it's not going to be like, well, this is going to be outdated. This seems like this is going to be a very powerful console, but according to Phil Spencer, they're not just going for that for longevity, but they're also going for ingenuity, because they're trying to implement this whole cloud-based system, of course, right here, as you can see, for xCloud streaming, so that you'd be able to play anywhere you want. If you're in a room that doesn't have your Xbox, you'd be able to play it there. And how all these digital and cloud streaming services that are coming out, he really sees Amazon and Google as these competitors. And the thing is, it kind of worries him, in fact, in the aspect that he is no longer competing with, I guess, in a way, with the original guys, which is, of course, PlayStation. And I think that's something that you kind of have to look at and just ask yourself, oh, like, wow, what does this mean for the future of gaming? He says that, of course, he wants to have, his console plugged in and everything. But he sees that the way everything is changing, and he's not blind to it. He knows what's happening, but it is worrisome that, we might just, go into the cloud streaming service. I mean, they're getting their foot in the door. They already have a lot of things like that, like Game Pass and things of that nature. Sony is not so much, is not doing so well with that. I think that for that, and all these things are happening, that it's going to move from consoles to just kind of this streaming service, kind of like what's happening with music and movies. So that's where gaming is headed. But yeah, he has a lot of hopes as well for just everyone, in fact, for Sony and Nintendo, that they'll be able to continue and not just compete, but also help each other out, help one another out. And we've seen that with what they've been doing. We've seen what they've done with this industry, where they've partnered up and bringing, cross-play to everyone, so everyone can play these non-exclusive games with one another. And I think that's really wonderful, and I think that's the direction that we're going to be seeing Xbox go as we head further down the future. Nintendo, of course, says they don't consider them in the same competition, because Nintendo is doing something different. But I think in order for them to survive, they do need some help from Microsoft and possibly Sony. Or we could see, Nintendo going the way of Sega, unless they just go full handheld, and that's where they basically have their whole market. But as we've seen, there's a lot of progression going, a lot of things happening in the gaming industry, and hopefully we don't lose what actually made gaming so magical and so exciting. It's going to be a sad day when we don't have any physical copies of games or any actual consoles. It's just some USB or something just implemented in the TV. I think we're gonna miss that. Sure, some people will say, "Oh, well, less troublesome, less cables," but I think we'll lose some of that magic that that was in gaming. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. For more information and everything that I talked about, the links are down below in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. You know where to click. And until next time, keep on gaming.